always so professional. Not. Right, I think I've got it. Is that okay, everyone? Yay! Got some thumbs up. Glad to see it. Welcome and thank you for joining me. We're going to begin on standing this morning, so come up to standing. Good for you. If you're not feeling happy, energized and full of health, then you will be at the end, all being well. So I'm just going to build our prana, what we call the life force, the energy, the chi. So start with a big deep breath. And exhale down into the soles of the feet. Good. Standing tall now. Just observing the breathing. And on the in-breath, we'll sweep the arms overhead. On the exhale, swallow dive down to a forward bend of any kind. It doesn't have to be very deep. Just give the shoulders a shrug and the head a shake. So you could have your hands anywhere on the legs or even the ground. And then we'll come up halfway, extending horizontally. That's it. Take a pause here. Take another breath in. And on the exhale, bow. Good. And then we're going to go all the way up. Inhaling, bring the arms overhead. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. In, deep breath in. Mountain pose. Good for you. Just giving the shoulders a bit of a shrug. Settle down into the soles of the feet. We'll do that again a little quicker. So inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swallow dive down. Good. Inhale halfway. Exhaling back. Inhale, draw the arms overhead, palms together. Exhale, bring the hands home to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Mountain pose. Good. And again, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend. And bow. Very nice. So this time, we're going to bring the right foot to the front of the mat and step the left foot towards the back of the mat. Just to wake up those hips a little, please bring the back knee to the ground. That's fantastic. Just getting into a gentle hip stretch. Just circle the front knee over the big toe. So just drawing some circles with the knee just to warm up the hips. Brilliant, brilliant. Let's come to hands and knees. And then bringing that left foot forward to the front of the mat. Do a similar sort of thing. Just circling the knee a few times. Just to warm up and wake up everything. It's always a bit harder in the mornings. Great. Let's come to all fours and just a few of those cat stretches. Lift the tailbone and the chest on the in-breath. And on the exhale, tuck the tailbone. Good. Just starting to settle into the sensation of movement. Synchronizing the breath and the body. Just getting things going. Well done. We'll tuck the toes under, press up and back. Taking a downward dog if it's serving you today. You can always stay on all fours if you don't want to do that. Let's push the floor away with the hands if you're down dogging. Moving the hips back and up. We'll keep a little bend in the knees just because we're warming up still. And then just pedaling those bent knees nice and slowly. Moving your bottom from side to side. And then we'll turn that into a bit of a walk to the top of the mat, forward bend. Shrug the shoulders, and we'll come up halfway, extend the spine. Exhaling, bow, and then all the way overhead, sweeping the arms overhead. Let's bring everything home to the heart. Take a deep breath in, mountain pose. Good, standing tall. Very nice. Just letting that settle for a moment. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, sweep up. On the exhale, swallow, dive down. Big deep breath in, extend the spine. Exhaling, fold. And with the right foot forward, the left foot back. Let's come to a little bit of a hover. Yeah, just a bit of a balance here. Thank you. If it's going well, sweep the arms overhead. And on the exhale, bring the hands either side of the front foot. Great, we'll change legs. So we've got the left foot forward this time. Back, nice wide, long stance coming up. You can bend the back knee a little bit, get your balance. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, step back to a plank, please. So if you don't like to plank, you know what to do. If you can, just zip up and then we'll all come down. Everybody onto their knees, elbows close onto your tummy. Point the toes, a little curl up here. Bit of a back bend, and then we'll roll up and back. Down dog, and breathe. So settling into our nose breathing. I'll just like you to make a conscious mouth breath and even a bit of noise, all right? So just to release any tension, any darkness from your sleepy time, we'll take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale it back. Good. And again, inhale nose. Exhale mouth. One more if you're having fun. And then walking to the top. Forward bend, seal the mouth once more as you inhale, extend horizontally, exhaling bow, and then all the way to the sky. Let's bring it home to the heart. Fantastic. Take a deep breath in as you sweep up those arms and fold on your exhale. Inhale, extend. And bow, stepping the left leg back, nice long lunge here. We'll bring the back knee to the ground and just arrange yourself so you're comfortable. So you might need to put a little something into the back knee and then please come up and just shrug the shoulders a little bit. I've got my back toes tucked under, if that feels good for you. You might prefer to point. If it's going well, we'll sweep up the arms, look up overhead through the hands, take a breath. And exhale, both hands to the ground. And picking up the back knee to change legs. So we've got the left foot forward now. Big long lunge, back knee down. Take as long as you need to get comfortable. And coming up. So we've all done this one in class with the horrible hard floor, so if you have got carpet, it's a bit easier. And then inhale, sweeping up the arms. And exhale, bring the hands down. And pick up the back knee, step back to your plank if you're playing. And then come down, knees down. And keeping the elbows really close, can you bend the elbows? Chaturanga. So some people can do that and bring the knees off the ground. Ooh, and then we'll all come down onto our tummies, point the toes, curl up, cobra, and then flowing through down dog. Lifting the hips up and back, pushing the floor away. Take some long, slow breaths. That's lovely. Big deep breaths. And then walking to the top, take a forward bend. Inhale halfway. Exhale, bow. And then all the way to the sky. Let's bring it home to the heart. Fantastic. Deep breath in. Mountain pose. And just pause for a moment. Notice how you're feeling. Maybe just waking up a little bit. And then on the in-breath, sweeping up those arms. And we'll fold all the way down. The exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhaling, bow. Please step the left leg back. So that's long lunge again. It's lifting the back heel quite high. Arrange the front knee over the heel. We'll come up to a balance. Scissoring the thigh bones. Give the shoulders a little shrug. Relax the hands. Good. Please sweep up the arms, roll the shoulders down. Let's go ahead and look up through the hands, scissoring the thigh bones together. That's great. Take a breath. And placing the hands either side of the front foot, we'll spring the back foot to the front and change legs. So same thing, second side, nice and high on the back heel. A little bend in the back knee sometimes really helps. Front knees over the front heel and come up and get your balance. Sweeping up the arms if it's going well. If it's not going so well, you can have the hands on the ground. There's always options. Take a breath. And then we'll step back to a high plank. Zipping up into plank. Coming halfway down with or without the knees. Then all the way onto the ground. Point the toes, come up to a cobra. Or some people might want to try a bit of an up dog if you're in the mood this morning. Now we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathing deeply. Back to your nose breathing, your ujjayi breathing. Think about lifting those inner thighs back and up, bowing the head. And then walking the feet to the hands, forward bend. Inhale, extend. Exhaling bow. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, bring it home. Deep breath in. Mountain pose. Good. Standing tall, let's bring up the right arm, bend the right elbow, and just cupping the right elbow with your left hand, getting a bit of a stretch in that underarm there. Very nice. And then changing sides, getting a bit of a stretch in the left underarm. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's bring up both arms. Take the right wrist now. We're going to soften both knees and tilt a bit to the left. And back to center. Let's tilt a bit to the right. And back to center. Have a big stretch, both hands. Palms together overhead. And then bring everything home. Heart center. Deep breath in. Mountain pose. Just pause in your mountain pose. Just observing yourself. Observing your physical self. And observing the patterns of the mind. We're going to take a nice wide stance now for this wide-legged forward bend we often do together. So if you want to, you could interlock the hands behind your back. If you don't want to, just put the hands on your low back or wrist, whatever you feel. So getting into a good place, relax the toes, strengthen the legs, take a breath. And exhaling, bow. If you're doing this version, bring the arms overhead. But there's no obligation. You can also use a strap for this one, I'm sure. You've tried different versions, so whatever works for you. That's lovely. One more breath here, then bending the knees, root the feet, let's rise. And shrug the shoulders. Good. Let's take the whole of the left foot out. Bend that knee to a square. But if you want, you can kind of heel to toe the right foot around so you feel you're in just the right position for your warrior. So giving the shoulders a shrug and then turning the palms space up. Circle the arm bones backwards a couple of times. Take a deep breath. And hands to the hips. Very nice. So we were talking about just connecting a bit more with those core muscles. So this might be new to you if you haven't been here this week. We're going to take the inner thighs back quite a bit. Basically, stick your bum out and then tuck under the left hip, so the bent leg side kind of scoops under. And when I do that, I feel like I've done up a zip towards my navel. So can you feel that? All right, so just scooping under the left hip and then float up the arms and come to your best warrior pose. Just gently rearrange that left knee directly over the heel. Keep tucking under that left hip. Keep moving that right thigh backwards. And just notice what's going on in your middle. And then we'll straighten that left foot, turn the left foot in, go to the second side. So just bending the right knee a little. Let's float up the arms, circle the shoulders backwards. Keep turning the palms up. Just have a little bit of a stretch. Take a breath. And hands to the hips. Good. So we'll do the same thing again. It's a bit like putting on a pair of power pants. All right. So you're going to move the inner thighs back, stick your bum out, and then keep that left thigh moving back. Tuck the right one under. Just feel like you've put on all this muscle tone around and indoors, and then float up the arms for warrior. Knee directly over heel. Soften the shoulders down. Keep tucking under that right hip. You want those core muscles really to start playing today. Brilliant. And then straightening that bent leg side, feet to parallel, hands to the hips. Thank you. So we'll turn the heels in, so your toes are pointing out, and just bend the knees till the toenails disappear. And the same similar action just to access those deep layer muscles. Now I suggest you roll those inner thighs back behind you, leaning forward a bit, really widen your seat. And then we're going to sit down into that imaginary chair. Good, good. Keep the knees over the toenails. There's a bit of burning in the thigh bones, that's good. See if you can lean against the back of an imaginary chair. And then we'll bring out the arms. Pay no attention to the burning in your thighs. See if you can lift up through those bandhas, those root locks, those core muscles. Very good. Drawing in and up through the pelvic floor, and then straighten the legs, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Fantastic. Let's square the feet off again. Take the whole of the left foot out, bend that knee to a square. Right thigh moves back, scoop under the left hip, float up the arms, and just enjoy this feeling of muscle tone in the hips. Thank you. Keeping all that going on, let's bring the left forearm to the left thigh and swoop the right arm alongside your ear. Good. Keep tucking under that left hip and use that rotational action to move your middle towards the ceiling. We're looking underneath the arm. Beautiful. Take a breath. And then swooping back to warrior two. Great. Let's reverse the warrior. So taking the right hand down the right leg, turn the left palm to the right side of the room, bring it alongside your left ear. Bring the left upper arm alongside your left ear. Brilliant. Take a breath. And then swooping back to warrior, reconnect with those deep layer muscles. Brilliant. Let's straighten both legs, feet to face forward. Hands to the hips. Spread out the arms. Take a minute to root down through the soles of the feet, relaxing the toes. Can you draw in and up with those core muscles? Soften the shoulders down. Take a deep breath. Hands to the hips, and we'll turn the whole of the right leg out, coming back to our warrior stance. That's good. Coming back to putting on our power pants, thigh bones back, scoop under the right hip. Good. So zipping everything up all around this area. Float up the arms. Take a breath. And side stretch. So right forearm to right thigh. Bring the left arm alongside your ear and keep tucking under that right hip. And notice it helps you move your middle. That's it, move the underneath waist a little bit more round, looking up underneath the arm a bit more. Take breath. And back to warrior. Brilliant. Take a breath. We'll reverse the warrior. So turn right palm towards the left side of the room. Left hand down to the back of the left leg. Draw that right arm alongside your ear for a lovely opening. Just playing around in the pose however you wish. And back to warrior. Very good indeed. And we'll straighten both legs, feet to parallel, hands to the hips. Take a breath. Hinge forward to a wide leg forward bend. Just with the hands on the hips, relax your shoulders, relax your toes. Go ahead and strengthen the legs a little as you lengthen the crown of the head towards the ground. Brilliant. Root the feet, bend the knees to rise. And we'll step the feet together, come to the front of the mat. Fabulous. So I've got a little bit of standing on one leg for you. All right, so we're going to do tree pose, which is one of the ones, all these balances are great for our core muscles. If you need to use the wall, that's absolutely fine, but why not try this? Pouring the weight into the right leg. Go ahead and strengthen the muscles of the right leg. We'll bring up the branches of the tree, roll the shoulders down, I'll step back a bit, and then we're going to bring the left heel to the right ankle. That's it. Now getting your balance by finding something to look at. That's it. And can you bring the sole of the right foot to the right calf muscle? If you need to, you can always put your right big toe back down on the ground. See if you can balance your big toe rather than your hands. Keeping your eyes on a single point. And bring the palms together to the heart, both feet to the floor, and pause. Well done. Thank you. Let's pour the weight into the sole of the left foot. Bring the right heel to the left ankle. So you've still got both sets of toes on the ground for now. As you bring up the branches, roll the shoulders down. And then it's up to you. See if you can get the sole of the right foot curling around the calf muscle. Keeping that balance. So a trick is to press the foot into the calf muscle and resist with the calf muscle. That really helps if you're wobbling. That's it. Keeping your eyes steady really helps. Just don't take your eyes off that spot. That's wonderful. Bring the palms together overhead. Both feet to the floor, hands to the heart. And just pause for a moment. And let that one settle down. Take a deep breath in. Mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, flow towards the earth. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhaling, bow. We'll place the hands and step back to a downward dog. Just notice how this feels now after all our standing posing. Just having a bit of a stretch here, whatever you like. And then we'll bring the knees to the ground, hips to heels, child's pose. So this is more of a rest. We won't be here for too long. So I'd like to invite you to come up to seated, to kneeling, if that's possible, and bring the hands behind you. This is our quad stretch. So when you're ready, fingertips pointing towards your feet, lift your bottom away from your heels just to lengthen through those thigh muscles. That's good stuff. Looking down the knee towards the knees. Great stuff. And And then come back to sitting on the heels if that works for you. Brilliant. So we've got a little bit of a twist. So just from kneeling, shift your left hip to the ground. So the feet are out to the right. Right hand to the left knee. Taking the left hand somewhere behind you, sitting up tall and rolling the shoulders down. We'll lift and turn and look over your left shoulder. Brilliant. On the next inhale, come back. Exhale, pause. All right, we're going to flip the feet to the second side. Getting comfortable. Taking the right hand behind you. Sitting tall, roll the shoulders down. Look over your right shoulder, finding your way into this gentle twist. And back to center. Fabulous. Let's extend the legs in front of us. And let's go ahead and walk your hips back a couple of inches. Please bring the fingertips to the ground beside you. Just got another technique to connect with those bonders. So as you soften the shoulders down, feel those sitting bones like really connecting with the ground. And then in between where you're sat, there's kind of a bone on each side, there's a gap, and we're just going to draw that area closed or tighter and draw it up inside. Oh, that's it, and you should feel that your belly button's gone in a bit, so you might be able to feel that. So those muscles are your friends, so if you can keep them strong, you can have a much better time having a giggle in later life. All right, so drawing in and up, pulling up, and relax the shoulders down. And this boat pose, although it's never that popular, except on St. Martin's, is a great one for toning those muscle areas. So if you need to, come to a kind of W shape with the thigh bones and shins at a right angle, and then the thigh bones and body at a right angle. You can use your hands to help you make the shape. I'll come a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing a bit there. And then if you may have heard me say this at the beginning, if you've got any low back issues, while you're in this right angle, you want to just bring the block or the book against your low back. So it's just brushing against you. You can't hardly feel it. And then before we start, just imagine that you kind of got distracted or got tired, and you would kind of collapse. And if you do collapse and forget to use those core muscles, you can feel it poking you in the back. And that poke in the back is to say zip up or rock forward to come out, because we want all the work to be in the good places and no strain in the low back. So you've got your right angles going on, a kind of W shape. Let's roll the shoulders down, zip up in your middle. So pulling in on those core muscles, navel's drawing in, and this might be actually fine. All you want to do, if you want a bit more, you're going to hover the feet, bring the shins to parallel with the floor, and the arms. That's good. Broaden across the shoulders, start to straighten the legs. Thank you. Well done, everyone. We'll take a breath. And let's cross the ankles, tuck the feet underneath you, and just walk the hands forward at the cross of the legs for a bit of a rest. Brilliant. So we're going to do 2 more of these. So when you're ready, come back to boat pose. Coming back to your set up position, getting that right angle between the thigh bones and the body. You can probably feel it all happening already. Get the blocks in the right position if you're using them. And then remember, everything else is just kind of optional. You can have the feet off the ground, you can have the hands forward. If you can get your toenails level with your eyes, that is pretty good. Find a place that suits you, your version. Oh, well done. Keep breathing. Well done. And then to come out, we're going to cross the legs the wrong way. So it's going to feel pretty weird. Tuck the feet underneath you. Oh, I can hardly do it on this side. Bring the arms forward at the cross of the legs. And then just relax your tummy completely. Well done, everyone. That's great work. We've got one more of these, all right? So let's come up. Boat pose. Find your version. It's a good thing nobody can see you, so there's no judgment here. If you want to keep your feet on the ground, absolutely fine. Just take the version that suits you. But I'd like you to please to roll the shoulders down, broaden the collarbones, and widen the sides of your mouth. So you can give it a bit of a smile, even if it's through gritted teeth. Oh yes, and then cross the legs the right way this time. Bring the hands forward at the cross of the legs and relax. Thank you. Well done, well done. Soften your tummy. That's good. So sitting cross-legged, if you need to, hop up on a block for this bit. So we've got our legs crossed the way we normally do. So the easy way. And you're sat up on a block, or not, whatever's comfortable for you. And then just slip a hand under each thigh muscle and broaden the hips with your hands. Good. So taking up a bit more space with weight. Circle the shoulders. And just gently resting the hands on the knees. Come up to your full height. Well done. So I'm going to suggest you place your hands on the inner knees, all right? And then you're going to keep the hands really strong and steady there and just push the knees into the hands. Notice you get quite a nice effect. So just pushing the knees gently into the hands, which is not at all the same as pushing your knees down with the hands, all right? So the hands stay still and push the knees into the hands. Good, and relax. Thank you. And then cupping the knees, you're going to put the hands around the other side of the knees, on the outside of the knees. And similar thing, push the knees away from each other towards the hands. Keep the hands strong so you've got something to press into. And just to be aware of what's happening indoors, if you know what I mean. Feel all the little muscles just gently engaging. And relax. Fabulous. So we'll extend both legs, circle both ankles. Well, let's bring the sole of the left foot in. And if you want to, you can always put a block or cushion underneath your left knee. Hands either side of the right leg. So you've got my right foot's there, massively foreshortened. So can you see, we want to get that foot pointing straight up for this pose. We'll take a breath and hinge forward, bowing your nose towards your knee over the straight leg. Great stuff. Breathing your way down. Thank you. And then walking the hands back. Amazing. We'll change sides. Getting comfortable. Propping up that right leg if you want to. Making sure that left foot's pointing straight up. And then when we're ready, take a breath and fold. Very good indeed. Those of you whose feet I can see are absolutely perfect. Mind you, those of you whose feet I can see have had me nagging you for years, so you've probably got to do it without even thinking. Well done. And then on the in-breath, we'll emerge. Extend both legs and just let the feet flop out to the side. Wonderful. I've got a little bit of back bending for you to conclude our practice today, and this will help to release any tension you might have collected in the belly. So let's begin on our backs, just lying down with the belly relaxing into the ground. Let's take a moment to feel comfortable. This is the last 5 or 10 minutes, so we won't be getting up again till the end. That's nice. And we're getting ready for our bridge pose. So I'm pretty sure I've seen you all do this before, so without further ado, tuck the shoulders towards each other, lift the hips, and placing the hands on the mat or even interlocking them, come to your best bridge pose. So try not to look anywhere but down towards your own knees, just to protect your neck. And I'm just going to say, think about lengthening those knees away from you. That's good. See, as you exhale, imagine you're lengthening your belly away from you. So just gently stretching out those tummy muscles as well after our work today. Oh, very nice. Keep breathing. Lengthening out through bridge. And when you're ready, just let your hips fall down and just pause for a moment with the knees up. Think about your abdomen. You've done an awful lot of work on those deep layer muscles in the abdomen. Can you consciously relax your belly? You've got the feet on the ground and the knees up. Just imagine all those muscles in your tummy relaxing and releasing now. You've got the palms face up, shoulders are soft, eyes are closed. Just consider all your inner organs there, all that precious kit in your abdomen. And imagine it relaxing towards your back body now. Relaxing towards your back body. Observe your breath, and with every exhale, just let your tummy relax some more. So this core work, or this ab work, if you like, can be very relaxing for the mind as well as the body, as we hold a lot of tension in our abdominal muscles. A lot of stress can lurk about in the part of the body, so we've just cleared it for you. And to close our practice today, let's roll over onto the right side and just rest your head on your arm. That's good. And we'll use the left hand to press up to seated and pause for a moment in upright position. Wow. Well done, everyone, and thank you for your time this morning. So lovely to see you all. We're here again Sunday night for Rest and Restore, which will probably have no core work at all. So if you thought you want a bit more of a relaxing one, come on one Sunday. Otherwise, see you next week. Take care. Lots of love. Namaste.